Hello everyone, welcome back. Right, let's minimize that. Get back into Skylines. So we are going to load StreamVille, there we go, so it's going to be that one. Okay. I just need to sign into YouTube on my other machine to make sure that I'm streaming it properly, etc. It's going to be rather important. Okay. And what we want to do is pop out chat so I can keep an eye on it. Hey, it's a danger cow. Hello. Hello, my friend. Always a pleasure to see you. So, now you can see here, there's our dump. And we're going to turn the game sounds down just a smidgen. So I think what we also need to consider doing, oh goodness me, look at that, okay, is we've got some issues with high rent. Zone density, different zoning might be needed, but what zoning different, what difference do I have? I have low residential, okay. I'm not sure why we got that there. Especially when it, oh, it's industry, okay. So we've got bus lanes as well, as you can see. So the bus lane basically ends up going through the centre. You've got a bit of parking, which I'd like to try and avoid if I possibly can. Nice roundabouts. Still good. And our requirements here. Low density residential. And commercial and industrial. Okay. So we need to look at certain aspects of this to sort of figure out where we're going to go with the residential. Now it's possible that we could put low residential in here. Like that. And then we could put some low rent housing in here. Now this is one of our sort of our farm areas. Little bit of a graphical glitch there, created by the fence, but you know, in the big scheme of things it's not the end of the world. So they're pulled by the death care, but we've got death care. I mean, we've got this amazing looking cemetery, complete with people walking around it and a dog. So yeah, it's, I think what I need to do is I need to revisit the the bus lanes, or the bus lines, I should say. So what I need to do is put in some bus stops, but at the moment I just don't have the money. That's the problem I've got. Hopefully with more people moving in some of this sort of low rent housing, we'll be able to improve things. Yeah, Danger, I've been enjoying your Battlefield 2042 content. I need to come and play some of that with you sometime soon. It's, yeah, for me it's a mood thing. I've got to be in the right mood, frame of mind, and I haven't been recently, basically, you know. So you can see that the demand for residential has dropped through the floor. I'm thinking then that what we should do is maybe put some commercial here. Like that, to give some commercial areas a chance to service everybody there. Is that Broad Street? Yeah, so that's kind of the main street, really, or one of. But this is the main street here. It's called Umber Street. Yeah, that's nice. And there you can see a bus using a bus lane. Which is great. You know, the people walking along. So, one thing that we haven't yet done is create any kind of districts. So I'm thinking from here. Actually, no, we'll do that again. There you go, Sunset Town. Now, we'll do another one up here. There you go, Crescent. Well then, let's see. Actually, no, we'll go along here. And then another one. And then we'll put another one over here as well. There have been some bugs, there have been some performance issues. One thing I have done is, so Mulberry Acres, that looks nice, I like that. And so, one thing, let me just show you. One of the things, I did some changes to things, so, you know, gameplay, graphics predominantly. So, for example, disabled depth of field, dynamic resolution scale quality, I'm not fussed about. I turned off anti-aliasing, cloud quality set to medium, fog is enabled, volumetric quality displays disabled, as is the depth of field and motion blur. Shadow quality is high, and yeah, it's just as it is there. So you can see here, various different UI styles. UI transparency, says he, using English. Chirper pop-ups, auto detect button styles, 24-hour temperature unit. Let's go for Fahrenheit. And yeah, let's leave it at metric. I also turned music down. And let's have a look at the inputs. So this is key bindings. Okay, yeah. So yeah, generally that's how it is at the moment. So I do get the occasional sort of pause every now and then. What's going on here? Oh. They've abandoned it. How unfortunate. Oh well. Okay then. So you can now see that residential demand is starting to grow again. You can see here. See, they've abandoned already. Been condemned. Oh dear. And you can see them building this stuff. So let's go up speed-wise. See? So many open jobs. Yeah. It could be a case of, oh, population and happiness has increased. Now, there is a thing you can do for those of you who are not familiar. You've got progression options. So we can look at all the various milestones. We've got communications in there. And then we can choose, and there's a lot to choose from. Like, really a lot. So I've gone for a water treatment plant, which I had to move recently because the pollution coming from the water treatment plant was making people sick. So garbage, so we've got an incinerator there. Recycling centre is what I unlocked. University, so we could get a college, which would be good for education. See, shelters, fire watch towers, all that kind of stuff. The police, you can see we got a welfare office. We've got City Hall, but we don't have the money to put it down. That's the reason why. So police headquarters. We've done the transportation services. There's not much point in unlocking the train because we don't have the money to put it down. And we could unlock park maintenance. We currently got basic parks and recreation services. And then you can sort of choose all the various things that you want. And then communications, which is post sorting. So at this current moment, we'll have various sort of postage type stuff like this. So mailboxes. See, not enough money. So what we need to consider doing is looking at the city economy. Now you can see there, expenses massively. Subsidies, service upkeeps is the problem. So what we may have to consider doing is just putting the tax rate up by 1%. Here's all the services, so we can choose our budget, all that kind of stuff, and production. This is where we started to increase. So you can see here is that we're producing 45 tons a month, and it's creating 30 tons a month in surplus, which we are then exporting. So that's helpful in that regard. And these are, so you can see here there's a deficit. So we got deficit on carrots and a deficit on whatever that is, cotton I think that is, and a deficit on rock and all that kind of stuff. So wood as well. So this is something that we need to consider doing. And these roundabouts are just beautiful. Just beautiful, beautiful things.
Funk, by contrast, is an entirely modern conceit, and you'll find none of that here. Funk, as they say, is for the lady.
There has been the odd sort of weirdness, you know, the odd graphical glitch. But, you know, I mean, that is not the end of the world, really. I mean, it doesn't affect the functionality too bad. I mean, it doesn't seem to like the fence that goes around here. This is where I had to move the sewage treatment plant to. Basically, put it away, and if you look here, air pollution, you can see there is air pollution around it, but the wind is blowing it that way. So it's helpful. And then you can start looking at all the residential. You can see here, this is a roundabout and traffic that is taking some. Now let's have a look. Cooper Downs. So what we can do is we can look at transportation overload. So at this current moment we have a bus line. But the thing is, the bus line is rather limited. And I didn't design it very well. It was just kind of, oh yeah, let's put something here. But what you have to do is you have to put down, you can name it, see, bus line, etc. You know, what might be a good idea is to have, like, you know, 4 separate bus services, one going to Cooper's Down, Sunset Town, Crescent End, and Florence Field, and then also another one going out to Mulberry Acres, you know? Because there's still going to be people who want to go out there. What's that? Oh, that's because that's the power. And the power isn't connected to the outside world yet. What did I just say? Oh, it's a bus. Okay. So, we haven't unlocked cargo movements yet. So, yeah, this is going to be the biggest problem. Now, let's have a look at budgeting. Healthcare and death care. Let's reduce the budget for that a bit. Put it down to 50%. Hopefully that will reduce things a bit. We could get a loan out. So let's see. There's nothing in here at the moment. I've got to wonder why that is, because it's industrial. So what I think we'll do is to break it up, put in some village, basically. Not village, but I mean some offices. Now, look at that money. Meh. See, look at all this information. See, now it's plateaued out here, so that's probably part of the problem. But right, so Cooper's Down. We want recycling. Roadside parking fees. We'll keep it like that. And over in Florence Field, encourage to recycle and parking fees. Crescent End. See, heavy traffic bans, gated community. Interesting. There we go. Sorry, fellas, that may hopefully improve things for us. What I do love about the game is it's so massively complicated. Like, really, really complex. And it's overwhelming sometimes. You can follow individual citizens to see what they're doing, and we're getting radio stuff as well, which is nice. The smog is unbearable. So yeah, there isn't really much I can do about that at this current moment. It's because we've built industry sort of right in the middle here. This is the water pumps bringing water into the city. Got a couple of those, which is nice. And one thing that's very nice about the roads, for example, is you can sort of upgrade stuff. You can use the road replacing, but you can build certain things and say, okay, I want to upgrade the road and put trees in. So it's, oh goodness, those look like Timbos. And the same thing goes for this. You know what? I'm thinking we need to start StreamVille again. Because of our financial issues, we've got to start it again. So, we were doing Lakeland, weren't we? Let's go. So, we'll call this StreamVille 2. Left-hand traffic. Disable all the tutorials. We could. So, it's now been founded, so we're in a position where we can, if possible, put a power transfer what's overlapping there? Oh, that's a coal power plant. I don't want that. I want a flipping... There we go. Transformer station. So what we'll do with the transformer station, however, is we'll build a nice little 2-lane road off of here. Like that. And then we'll put the transformer station sort of there. So that... Oh, damn it, that's wrong, because I need to... Yeah, curses. There we go, it needs to be... It needs to be slightly different because what I need to do is just build a little road that way. And then I should be able to move it so that it's pointing in the right direction. There we go. And then I can run the power cables from the outside, which will be from over here. And connect them straight in. And bingo, we have power. So, I think what we've got to do is plan this out a bit better. Now, if we look at, let's see, air pollution. So the wind is going that way. So I would say that if we're going to have any industry, it's got to be sort of over here. So if we're going to do our residential, it'll be down here. So all the wind will be blowing that direction. So that's going to be our better option, I think. Now, what I'm going to do is going to plan it out with dirt roads. So I'm just trying to get it so that it, because you just have to make sure that it's snapping to the right thing. See, it might be because it's a road like that, which is not ideal, you know. But nevertheless, we shall persist. So we're going to build out this direction here. And turn it into some residential. Now, there's a good chance that for those of you who are not aware, there is like things like road hierarchy. So you have arterial, which is something that comes off of the highway sort of thing. Then you move into collectors, like this road here. And then you use into local, which is like this road here. And so as long as you keep your hierarchy sorted, you're generally okay. Now, what we're going to look to do, let's just move that in there. And move along here to there. So what we'll want to do is create a sort of a nice road down the edge there. So and then one, I don't think we've moved it far enough there. There we go. So just like a nice sort of road down the coast. So a nice coastal road area. And obviously this road here, which I think we may need to consider making into a large road to start with. I 3-lane asymmetric road. So if we go to replace, like this. So there is our collector. And you can see, should be good. And that needs to be a standard road. Which it is, a 2-lane road. So that's fine as it stands. And then we need to sort of plan out a residential area here. Because we're going to want to do certain things here. There we go, just a nice little sort of junction off to the side road there. And I think we're going to want to create some more roads. That go up here. Basically neighbourhood roads. Now there's a little thing there. Not a fan of. So we're going to take that. And we're going to wrap it round like so. Okay. So that means then this road will continue down here to that. So that's going to be the predominant arrangement there. So we need to add more in. I think if we maybe leave a bit of a gap in between, like that. Whoops. Little bit of a gap. Oh, Hypno! Wow, thank you. Thank you very much, Hypno. Oh, lots of memories from the Napoleonic Wars commentaries. Thank you, man. I really appreciate the generosity. You're a gentleman. Always a pleasure to see you. Right. So we're kind of building the building blocks of our residential area. So yeah, there's another thing actually. I've been interested in opinions. I've been debating about channel memberships. But the thing is, I understand that, you know, such things could be popular. But I don't kind of know what sort of benefit it will, what I could offer. You know, I mean, and you know, not being a very sociable person generally.
You're back with with Second Moon Radio. Your second
It's,
from home. So settle back and
do I want to work myself into a position where I'm committed to social interaction when I may not be in the mood for it, which does happen, you know.
as they say.
I'm not going to quibble. I'm just, you know, telling you the reality of the situation. And so I'm not sure what additional benefits that a channel membership would give. Could it be things like, you know, oh well, let's all play a game together, you know, that kind of stuff, which would be fun, you know. I wouldn't deny that. But I also think of myself as a very boring individual. So would people really want to chat to me on a, you know, chat comms program? You know, it's just... And I understand that, because the thing is, you have to produce benefit. You have to produce, like, or at least provide some kind of improvement or something like that, you know. But it's a knotty one for me. It's a knotty one for me, I must admit. So, so this is all mostly sort of, this is our living area as it is at the moment. Now, water, we've got to get a pumping station in here somewhere, which will be, where's the city edge? Up here. Okay, so we'll have to put a pumping station in there, and unfortunately our options are limited. We're going to have a big whole line of poop coming out from here, which I'm not a fan of. So that's in there. And then let's make this a curve. Like that. Do I want to do that like this? Yeah. That might work. And the good thing about the Skylines 2 is the fact that it puts electricity and water underneath the roads automatically. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of this. So what we're going to have to do, you're going to have to adjust that. Like that. That's a bit better. And we've hardly spent money. So that's good. So let's see. Let's build this out a bit more. This one out a bit more as well. So these are going to be sort of neighborhood roads. Leave a little bit of a gap in between. And put some more down here as well. So we've got a relatively tight grid formation of what will be residential buildings. Obviously, at this current moment, all we can really create is just standard residential. But that should be sufficient for our requirements. We'll leave here for maybe, actually no, we'll do some nice houses down here on the, we don't want houses there. What we might do is we might consider some commercial down by the shit stain. Like that. Just so we keep, because that's going to be a smelly area. And then obviously road into there. And interestingly, wind speed too low. So still wind speed too low. So I don't see what I can do there that would improve things. I could put one there and one there. Oh, hello. So we've unlocked the mild progression. And we've got various different options here. Let's get advanced road services. So then we can unlock traffic lights and cool stuff like that. So what we'll need to do is we will need to create a a thing from there to there. Yes, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Because these things will require power. Oh, battery extension. Oh, solar assist. That's very sexy. I like that. Hey, Don. How are you? So I need to figure out how I'm going to get the power from here to there, maybe. No, that's not going to work. Ah, I wonder if I need something like that there. Why can't I demolish that? Oh, that's why. So, if I was to put a transformer station there, and then run a power cable from there to there, and then a thing from there to there. Gonna have to move this down a bit. No, move it. Oh. Okay, so then there we go. So we've moved that down a tad. And now we can put in the power to transformer connection. Or can we? So annoying to try and figure this out. There we go. So there's that. And then oh, it's got to go even further. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Let us move now from the musical page to the literary. Here we have some perfect.
There we go. So, hopefully, now.
My dear Professor Hornbuckle, whereas I make no apology for my erudite, modesty demands that I prevaricate against the title. I am humble.
There we go.
And all
So,
my expertise derives merely from a life
we can maybe
gentle arts.
then
Though I
run.
do thank you for the honor. But I digest. To continue. Professor Hornbuckle, as a traveler from my homeland, I long to hear a tune that speaks to the anguish of my woes.
There we go.
There now, my
Okay.
chin up, as it were. No need to wallow.
So unfortunately, we didn't.
Leave that to those poets.
We weren't very respectful of the topography.
Tune just for you, and I do
Um,
provides your aching spirit
sadly.
some
And so we also need to put another line from here across over to here. Like that. Just so that we can make sure that the power being provided by these two gets fed into the system as well. So let's just do some stuff where we need to build a medical clinic. Let's put it in here now while we can. Let's put it up here actually. Okay. And adding to that, we need somewhere death care wise. Now the thing is, the cemeteries are stonkingly big. I think we're going to put one there. And then we'll build roads around it. Now we've got a tiny village, so we can potentially unlock some more stuff. Crematorium, I think, will be helpful, but we can't unlock it yet, so we've still got a way to go. It tells you the experience level there, so we'll put a crematorium in here somewhere at some point. But you can see that, you know, everything's starting to build up, but the problem that we have at the moment is we have no industry, and we need some. So now the only drawback is there's groundwater over here, which is great. So we'll put a groundwater pumping station in there at some point. If we go over here, we're going to end up basically polluting this groundwater, but I don't see that we have a lot of options under the circumstances. We're also going to put in commercial zone there and there, just to act as a buffer between the residential areas and the other areas. There we go. Like that. And then we'll put in some more residential there. Sorry, I mean, we need to put in, sorry, another road here. So that we can put in the industrial here. And then the commercial there. You can see people are starting to build. So houses are being built. Nobody really wants to build here, but that's probably because I haven't zoned in it. Let's put some commercial there so that they can provide some shops for the residents. There we go, that should speed things up. Start to get all these lots filled. Medium density residential. See, I'm thinking that maybe put it along the side there. Look at that. I love the way it organically grows. It's just beautiful. Now we are going to have to make this road big, because it's going to be our main intersection road. We're also going to have to stick in a roundabout, like so. So thereafter more residential. And what we can do here is create an alleyway just between the buildings. like that. So at least then they've got a route through. Which will be helpful for them. Residential buildings, okay. So, what we need to consider is this, and we're going to create a road round the back of the cemetery. Like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to zone some medium density housing around that area. So we need to put in another buffer road here. So we can put that medium density housing in there. Yeah, it does look good. Hello, DeVito. Nice to see you. So yeah, industrial areas. And yeah, so it's getting on with it. Now I think we need to consider upgrading that road to a 2-lane road. You use the replace tool here. There we go. Water? What? Do we not have enough water? Water availability is a problem. Okay. Let's put another pumping station in. We'll also need to consider a groundwater pumping station. What is this? No pedestrian access. Okay. Let's see if we can convert that to an alley. See if that makes things better. Look at those. Wow. Lots of people walking along the alleys to get to places. Not too shabby. Do people like living... Well, the thing is, I mean, if you look at this, see, +3 well-being within 300 metres, +3 indoor recreation. I'm not really sure what kind of indoor recreation you have at a cemetery. Seems a little bit morbid to me, but, you know, I'm not going to argue, really, at the end of the day. Yeah, it might be a bug. But it might just be bad design by me. Because you can see there, I mean, there's pedestrian access there through that lane. But it might be a case of we need to consider putting in some roads. Oh, hello. We got a reward. And we got progression. So we've now got a loan limit, taxation, medium density housing, the NA, medium density housing, EU, education, research, elementary school and a high school. Okay. So,
the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website.
electricity trade. So we're not trading any electricity.
This has been a local public service announcement.
But we're producing 1.6 megawatts.
Second Moon Radio, your second
Why are we not importing anything?
settle back in your chair, pour yourself a glass. Tonight we are doing a musical tour of Italia. And art and culture. Que bon, as they say. And an aria inspired by the...
So we should be importing electricity in,
Interesting news.
but we're not.
Export division. Sources tell us that our city has more services than we know what to do with.
And you know what that means, folks. It means we're not cutting things close enough.
Well, no. The point is we're selling it and bringing money into local
That's right.
economy.
You could almost say it's too much of a good thing.
Or we could say
So let's give that a bit of an upgrade.
trade balance and the economy is booming. More after this. A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Mel.
So we need to take our road here.
We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutblood.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is bad for people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations
Oh, goodness.
within reward structures, which are entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed.
What is that road?
Example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of
But
that.
what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human.
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question of priority.
Lots of parking. Let's put in some medium density housing, I think. See what that does for us. See, that road seems awfully large. Why is the smog unbearable? Tax them all. Tax everybody. So you can see at least some of the buildings are levelling up. Yeah, that's not good. There we go, some education. Yeah, but I can't build parking lots at the moment. See, parking spaces haven't progressed yet. So, I mean, if I look in here for the road thing, so I've roundabouts, I done large roads, parking areas. So let's unlock that, shall we? There we go. So, what we will do... Oh god, the water. Not the water again. What's going on with you, water? Hopefully then. That makes the water spreading a little bit better. It's still not great. And so... yeah, see, there's the groundwater there. What we're going to consider doing is purchase those. And on the other side of the road, we shall put in a groundwater pumping station. So I think it will need to be here. So that should improve our situation. So it could be a case of higher density. They're not happy with the rent, then they'll just have to live in higher density buildings. Which I'm fine with. Now let's look at budgets. Yeah, that's the real big one. The service upkeeps. I mean, I've got 1 million, but yeah, it's just going down. Yeah, I know what's going on about the flipping. thing. I mean, it's, yeah, city's incredibly noisy, can be hardly to, yeah. I think it's because we've got the industry here quite close. We don't have offices unlocked yet. Because what I might do then is replace some of this industry with offices. And then move the industry that way. What's all here? Anything? Nothing really being built there. Okay. Garbage. Landfill. So, because the wind is moving in one direction. Oh, hello. Thank you. So the wind is moving that direction. What we are going to do is we are going to take one of these roads here, I think, and we are going to whoops, didn't want to go that far, but never mind. Curve tool. We're going to build a trash compactor or a landfill over here somewhere. Excellent. Now, this is where we build the actual landfill area. Like this. And there we go. There's our landfill. Now we can build a waste recycling unit in there as well. So I think what we should actually do is make that a better road. So what we'll do is we'll upgrade that. And that's a nice touch. Because if you, before, you'd upgrade that and you'd get rid of that, or you wouldn't let you upgrade it. Whereas now, you can choose to upgrade on one side of the road to maintain the buildings on the other side of the road. And that's a really nice thing. And we can potentially... Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea. Increase the taxes on the industry a bit. Put them up to 12. Now... let us get a nice road going up here. Okay. What's that? Sorry fellas, both of you are going to have to get binned. And dezoned. Oh, they're residential. Oh, no wonder they're unhappy. Oh, God. Oh, are they residential? No, no, they're not. They're just... okay. So we're just going to de-zone that area to make sure that nobody else moves in.
Recent spikes in demand have led to temporary local shortages in the city's freshwater supply. The public should be aware that we are struggling to get the situation in hand. This has been a local public service announcement. Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement. What kind of future does music have?
So we're importing a lot of electricity.
Well, I say the question speaks for itself. Here on Second Moon, we know you can't
Now,
move forward unless you keep both eyes steadily trained on what's behind.
what I might have to do is just bite the bullet and go for a small coal plant. Does anyone else praise the sun? Yeah.
Oh, well, quite frankly, yes. It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services. We simply do not have...
I can't put it there. Bugger, bugger, bugger.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed if key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very important to them.
But so is the money. We'll be back after this.
So,
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
right, I need to quickly take a break for a bio, and I'll be right back. Right, I have returned. Ah. Not sure why it's flickering like that. Oh, clouds. Okay. So we've got some abilities to do stuff. That's it, parking areas. Let's leave it like that for the bit. So, let's see. Right. Let's get some fire and emergency in the area, I think. I say we want it off one of the main roads, really. Put it down here. And we'll put a fire station nearby too. Oh, hello. Districts, production, good. Policies, natural disasters, low rent housing. Okay, so that could mean then we can put some low rent housing in here. And improve people's happiness so they don't have to spend like bucket loads of money on rent, which would be nice. Now let's look at our development. Crematorium. Want that. I want to get a college. Okay, so let's look at our education. So there's our and then you've got a high school, which is just massive. We might wait until the daylight comes along to do that. I think what we need to consider doing is see 308, 425, see?
The public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible. This has been
Shower with a friend whenever possible. I love it.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive.
Right,
Try to
so
stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public
we need
service
a road maintenance depot.
You're listening to Second Moon, the station for the culturally sophisticated who doesn't feel extending their ears to the more challenging sphere.
There we go, we'll put them in there.
Move now from the musical page to the literary. Here we have some perfectly English correspondence from a listener. My dear Professor Horn,
So that was part of the reason for the road conditions, because we didn't have a road maintenance depot in there.
modesty demands that
And let's see,
against the title I am.
put an extra garage in there as well.
All my expertise derives merely from a life devoted to the gentle arts.
Now, one thing we can do
I
to
thank you for the honor,
improve
but I digest.
the money is to start putting in
Professor Hornbuckle,
certain areas.
from my
So
homeland, I long to hear a tune that speaks to the anguish of my There now, my good fellow, chin up, as it were. No need to wallow.
so I think we need to mark
Leave
this
that to
area.
those poet chaps, eh? Here's a tune just for you, and I do hope it provides your aching spirit some modest desolation.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes.
There we go.
while sipping a fancy local Jarva mug.
Have I checked my ground resources? Yeah, I mean, I have looked at some of them.
Good for the community.
Let's have a look.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back.
So here's ground resources.
Industry in the region is
So
on
we've got a thing there, but I also need to check for,
There's no sinking this boat,
let's have a look. Okay. I'm trying to look for the ground resources option. Because there's one where you can see fertile land and all the rest of it. Let's get the crematorium in first. Okay. Evergreen Heights. See, I can't change any of this yet, which is slightly annoying, but you know, it's not really the end of the world. What's going on over here? Lack of skilled labour. What? Oh, great. We can't find enough skilled people to run the water pipes. Oh, water pumping station needs a road. Okay. Not enough electricity. Okay. Right. Well, that might explain some of our problems. Can we put one of these here? Wind speed all too low. Just... Oh, it's frustrating. Yes, I will do. See, we probably don't need that now. Ah, okay. Local services assigned. So, what we need to do then is... where's my fire station? Ah, okay. So, select operating district. There we go. Okay. Um. Okay, we need one over here as well. Do I need to put in one of these transformer stations like that to then connect that to that? We'll see. Okay, so we need another area here. Like this. Oh, we've already got Brightwater Bluff. My bad. No, actually, we do need an area from here. There we go. So at least then college. Okay, so we have school there, which is good. But I'm thinking that we start to we need to upgrade the roads. See, are these the smallest roads I can have? Let's put that back to that. There we go. Hmm. See, I'm beginning to think that maybe I've ruined the design by doing dirt roads to start with.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. How delightful! Another letter from our erstwhile listeners. What's up, honey? Me and my sister love you. Oh, that's nice. Y'all got clarinets and violins, but you got something most music these days ain't. Let me guess. Lineage traced back to the great Haydn himself? Let's see here.
Okay.
Y'all got soul. Ah, yes, soul. A raison d'être? Delicious. My sisters say whoever you got playing the keys got more funk in his pinky. But I told her that ain't funk. That's classical. Yes, indeed. That must be most exacerbated. Classical music has been known since the time of the early explorers. Funk, by contrast, is an entirely modern conceit, and you'll find none of that here. Funk, as they say, is for the lay person. Now, let's hear another one of those soulful cats.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal.
Okay.
If you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to upgrade these roads. Okay. These two-lane roads do seem rather large. Maybe it's just me. It's possible I'm an idiot. Well, it's not possible, it's probably likely. Okay. Because of that. Well. I think it's where we're going to end the stream for today. Time to take a break. We'll save it. There we go. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I will see you again for more. Take care, everyone.